Hey everybody, Rachel the Stamper, and today I'm going to show you how to make this other really adorable card. This is another one Erica Serwin designed, and I had to copy because it was just too cute. So you can do the umbrellas two different ways. There are two umbrella dies. So you have like the traditional, I guess, like pie wedges. This would be cool for a spider web too, maybe for the fall, but anyway. So you can either cut these out and you'll get these little rings, or you can cut it out and get the little wedges. So this is the layered, and then this is the little wedge pieces. You just cut them out and glue them together. So I still have a half, I'll show you, of a wedge left. So what you can do is you just break these apart and then kind of do every other to fill in. Or you could do reverse with the blue and white. Either one doesn't make a difference, but you can do those two different ways. Also, when you do the dies, just as an FYI, if you're going to do these with the layers, it's easier if you put them all in and then you just glue down every other one. So for example, if we were going to do this one, for what I'll do is we'll glue the first and the third and then skip these two, but it's easier to glue them and get them on there straight if you glue them in pieces. So I'll show you that as we go, but same thing. This has a lot of layers. It is a really fun card. I actually, with this one, even added some vellum seashells you can see there. And then I had some extra ones. I put them on the inside. I still cannot locate my stamp set. I have no idea where it is. I was literally just using it and I can't find it. I drive myself crazy. I have taken it apart. I've looked in the trash. I don't know where it is. So I cannot do the seashells still because I don't know where they are. And thankfully we're using the same sentiment because I already had it out, because I don't know where in the world. It's like a gremlin came and stole my stamp set. I don't know where it is. We are using for this one basic beige, and then I did use crumb cake for the sand. And once again, we have pool party. We have white for the inside. This white is for this little layer here. So you have your basic layer, you have another pool party layer, you have your white layer. When I made this one, I added a little bit more color to it. I even sponged here, so I'll show you how to do that as well. But it's a pretty simple card. We're going to do all the die cutting first. So let me just set this here where hopefully it will not vanish. This is the inside piece. We don't need that either. So you have your piece, and you do want to make sure that it layers correctly. Now, if you did it this way, it will fill the whole top of the card. It's just that your wave portion will be shorter, so it just depends. Do you want to have the border or do you not? That you can completely decide on your own, but I'm pretty sure this is 4 by 4 1/4. Yes, 4 by 4 1/4. I have a scrap for the white, which measures 1.5 by 5 1/4. And then this one, I think it's 2.5 by 5 1/2. This is for this other piece. So I'm going to show you. You're going to basically, these pieces will lay like this. So we're going to die cut this. We're going to die cut the little foamy piece for the front. And these you can go across because you're going to just layer it. So it can go the length of it. This one's probably the most important. Depending on how long you want your wave to be, you can go up or down. I'm going to try to get the most out of this one. So I'm going to put it so we have a lot of wave and not a lot of edge. So I'm going to cut this first. So basically, I'm just going to put this on my, I'll see if I can get a couple of these at the same time, on my die cutting machine. One thing I did tell you earlier was about getting contact with the back of the die. So if you have a piece, so this one's pretty easy, you're just going to flip it and just make sure your cardstock stays on there, because it makes better contact if it contacts with the cutting portion. So I'm going to see if I can. And that way you're less likely to have to run it through more than once. Let's see if we can fit all these on here. All right. And put the top plate and run it through. So I just want to show you. You will get all of these pieces. So literally you'll lift this and the whole thing usually falls apart. Whereas if you ran this one, because it's a little bit more detailed face down, you probably have to run it through twice. So that's going to be our edge piece, which is a little bit shorter than I wanted, but it is what it is. It's okay. And we're going to put these pieces on top. So kind of like that. They do line up exactly. So this one's a little bit shorter. I'm not sure why, because I feel like I moved it farther back, but it's okay. It's all going to be just fine regardless. So we're going to just pop these out. There's one. Might have to just poke these couple little holes out. Here's two. Same with this one. You might have a couple of these little pieces that stay in. Another thing you could do if you wanted to is you could put adhesive sheet onto the back of these, which basically makes them into a sticker. So then when you put it on here, you'll just remove that and it'll stick right on. That's just up to you. You could do it for anything that's much more detailed. Sometimes that makes it a little bit easier to adhere, but I don't have too much of a problem with it for right now. So I'm just going to get a couple more of these. I only want to do more so the bubbles in the front here because I feel like it shows the color a little bit more through there. So it kind of gives you just, I guess, a little bit more of a realistic effect. All right, that one looks good enough. Let me get a couple of these. This is part of the take your pick extra thing. This looks like the dental tool. If you have a phobia of the dentist, you might not like that one. All right. Move these over. And this was the one that did our edge. That's the broader piece. So before we do the other stuff, I'm going to show you what I meant for my umbrellas. So with these, this one you can see is on the outermost, so it's a little bit easier. So I am going to leave that on the outermost because I'm going to glue opposite this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first and the third. So I'm just going to put some glue here. So these were just die cut out of scrap pieces. Oops, got my finger. I apologize. The allergies are back in full effect here all of a sudden. So you kind of just let that ring sit there to hold the space while you put it together. And then, so when you're done, you'll just pull this one off because you don't want it to stay glued. I do have a tiny drop of glue here, so I'm going to give that a second before I set this in there. Otherwise, it will stick to it as well. You could do it where you just have the one ring. That's another cute idea, but I'm going to put it, this one, I'm going to put on, and I think what I might do, I'm going to put this one with a tiny dimensional, just to give like a little different thing. So I'm just going to put a tiny dimensional, but I am going to, just so I don't goof it up, put just a little bit of glue here. And then what I'm going to do is take this piece just to set it in there so I make sure I line this up correctly. Pick this up like that, and then just pull this piece out. So then you have an umbrella. It's kind of cool with the 3D part of it there. That's a good idea. But this will just be the opposite of that. So this one I did with the inner and the outer ring. So you can do that, or if you want, you could do it with the every other, and then maybe put a little something on there if you wanted to, but I think that looks cute. So we're going to leave that like that. With this piece, before I move on, I do have Pool Party and a sponge. Bet you haven't seen one of these in a while. I don't know if we do or don't have these in stock, but I pulled it out because I wanted to use it. And I'm just going to sponge a little bit of Pool Party onto the white, just so it's not super white. And then I'm going to take the bigger piece, and I have the larger, you could use this one, or you could use the little one if you wanted to. It really just depends on what you want to do. I'm going to do the smaller one. I did the larger on both of those. I'm going to do the smaller one. Let's see what it looks like. I know I need to get a different block because these are just slightly off. We're going to go like that. And then just kind of re-picking up the rest of that ink there. Just be careful so you don't stick it in the wrong side of something. So here's that one. And then I just have this. And I don't think this lines up either, so we'll just kind of hop. That looks good. And the other thing you're going to need to do, let me clean this up really quickly first, just so I don't ruin any other pieces. You will need to stamp your little wet sand portion, and this one definitely goes a lot higher than that last card that I created. So you definitely want to check this before you glue it. So I'm actually was going to put glue on this, and I did this last time as well. Instead, I'm going to put glue on here because it's a little bit more open space. It's easier to add your glue. And then you're going to just layer this right on top. Like that. Looks good. And then this is going to layer it because this lines up exactly right on there. So same thing. I'm just going to put glue here on the edge. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue back here in the holy parts of the die. And it will dry clear, so even if it ends up being a little bit of a goop spot, it'll kind of almost just add more to the wave. So we have glue there for this top portion. So I'm just going to line that up. And then you can see my little glue spots. I'm just going to smooth it like so. So there is that part. Now, you do want to make sure, let me pull this back out, make sure my fingers are clean-ish. You do want to make sure when you layer this, as you can see where it is, that you bring your wet sand part down far enough. So might be easiest to do the line first. So let's say we're going to start here and push it up a little bit. See, that's a little bit too high up. So kind of did the whole, oh, there's my thumbprint, line. You can always put the umbrella over that, so it'll probably cover it anyway. Okay, looks good. And I'm not going to stamp my sentiment until I put this wave on. So you can see where you want this. I'm going to trim this and this off before I glue it. So just trimming to the edge. Like that, and then same on this side, and then glue. This is again a good amount of layers of paper, so make sure you really are pretty generous with your glue, just because you don't want it to fall apart. All right, and then I'm going to just layer this like that, and just give it a press. Now this one, since I put the dimensional on this, I'm not going to put a dimensional on the bottom. On all the other ones I did, but I'm just going to glue this one down because that has the dimensional, and I just don't want it to be too high. There. And then finally, I have my sentiment. I believe one of these I did it in Secret Sea, and one of, oh yeah, that's Night of Navy. So I'm going to go back to Secret Sea. And I'm going to open it just in case I don't want it to flop. Nice part is, because hopefully I have the camera in the way, so I will say that in case it's crooked. But because it is photopolymer, you can see, you can line it up pretty well. Oh, I did a pretty good job considering. So there is that. Now on this original one, I did do the inside panel, and but again, once I locate my daggone stamp set, which has to be in this room, I mean, unless it vaporized, I did not literally move at all, and I can't find it. And it's really, if you can't tell, driving me a little bonkers. So I'm just going to add the ocean in the side over here with the larger stamp. So I have probably a little bit here. Let's see what this looks like. Might be enough. Nope, little spot I missed there. That's cute. It would be cuter if I had some starfish as well, but you know, I don't know. I guess take what you can get some days. All right, and we're gonna just clean this up, and we'll glue this in. And that's it. Pretty fun card. I like the fact that we have so many of these ocean colors right now. Well, barring Summer Splash, because that was a really good one as well. So that's another one. You still have that handy. That would make a great color combination too, with adding that ink to the Pool Party cardstock. But a lot of ocean colors, and that with the Secret Sea is the color that I used for this, in case I forgot to mention that. Those two together I think are really very pretty. So do you like this card? Would you create it? Is it too much work for you? Honestly, if you cut a lot of the stuff at the same time, it really isn't that much work, because you're basically just inking and layering these pieces together. This one I didn't add the sponging to, and I'm going to add it now a little bit, because I feel like it just makes it a little bit nicer, because it's almost not too stark white. Because you know that foam, depending on where you are, I guess, in the world, it always has like a little bit of like a flush of undercurrent of the sand to it. So it kind of gives it like not a super white. It's like a frothy. So I feel like that just makes it a little bit nicer. But I think this is such a pretty card. I love this card. I made a lot of these because I love it. She actually also made another one that she did with window sheet. I haven't finished it yet, but you can see I did put adhesive sheet on the back of it to glue it on. I just still haven't done this though, but you can do this with our Stampin' Blends. You can see there's also some, what did I put on there? That frost white paint. I think there's a little bit of embossing powder. So I will finish doing this one. I didn't even make a card with this one yet, because I was trying to figure out the best way to do it before I make a video for it, because sometimes I will change something when I make it, and I like to make it at that time so I can tell you what to do. The only thing that you have to remember if you're going to do this on the window, or this is on vellum, I'm sorry, not on window sheet, on vellum, it takes a while to dry. But it looks really cool, and it really does look like an ocean. So I'm going to do that one eventually. I just haven't gotten there yet. But I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new today. If you know where my stamp set is and you saw me put it somewhere, please tell me. Just kidding. I know you guys didn't. Thank you guys for watching and bearing with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.